when to approach someone. Always remember the saying, people care more about how much you care than how much you know. If you feel like you have to pitch your business to someone as soon as you meet them, then you really have a lot to learn about the building relationships. The power of building relationships is like taking a cold prospect and turning them into a warm market friend, somebody that you know. Now think how much easier it is and faster it is to talk to a friend versus someone you don't know, and how much faster and easier it is to reach their friends list. Let me put it another way. No matter how good you are at what you do, if they have a friend that does what you do, the competition to compete against the loyalty to a friend is almost to the point where you probably will never be able to do the work that they have a relationship with someone else that does it already. Building a relationship has the possibility of immediately putting you in the same category as their friends, and the possibility of reaching the people that they know, which makes building relationships far more valuable than you building or being the only person that's pitching your business. This is where so many people, they just don't get it. They think everything's a numbers game. So taking the time to build a relationship is too much work for them than just going out and pitching their business. I'd happily meet with anybody to put that thought process to bed permanently. I say this because relationship building is a very serious topic. You'll discover most people have never learned how effective communication skills can move and grow their business. So instead of learning these skills, most people go by their gut instincts or watching other people pitch their business rather than building relationships. This is one of the things where you do it wrong enough, long enough, eventually you get to the point where you want to seek help. I've spent nearly 30 years building businesses and taking my businesses to the upper 1% level, building teams of hundreds of thousands of people. It was done by design, not by accident. Every business I've ever had, from construction to building training universities, to direct sales, to social media platforms, to now Successful Thinkers Network, has come through building relationships that led to successful business transactions, or someone referring me or promoting me because we connected in a way that they just felt led to want to promote me. Have you ever heard the saying, you gotta learn your elevator pitch? Many people think that the moment you meet someone, you've got to pitch your business using that elevator pitch. In fact, these networking groups out there put a huge emphasis on the elevator pitch and getting your business cards out. And the only reason people teach doing your elevator pitch right away and getting those business cards out right away is because they don't know any better. And in the process, they've done more harm than they've done good with people because they really don't understand the power of relationship building. Now, with that said, I will say that you still need to know your elevator pitch, but don't use it as the first thing you talk about. In fact, you should be the first person to ask questions like, who are you? Are you from around here? What do you do? Do you like what you do? So on and so forth. This way they can see right away that you're interested in them and it's not all about you. Let me repeat that. It's not all about you. You see, in order to give people a chance to appreciate who you are and how you can help them with your product or your service, it goes back to the know, like, and trust. Look at yourself as the second step. Once they know you and they like you and they trust you, then you can talk about your business. And if you did a good job, they're going to ask you, what do you do for a living? Of course, if they're part of Successful Thinkers Network and they're paying attention to what we teach, they're going to ask you what you do anyway. Once you've had a chance to get to know them, things are going to change for them emotionally about you. And then they may want to buy your product or use your service. And if they don't need your product or service, most likely they have friends that they can refer you to, and they want to refer you because they feel led to do that. But they're not going to just refer you just because you gave them your card or you pitched them your business. Okay, so you want to know, when is the second step? I personally can't answer that from here because I'm not involved in your conversation with the people you're talking to. But I can say this, the better you are at building relationships, the more likely you can get to the second step, whether it's in the first conversation, certainly the next meeting.